boy, this is just what we need.
Mr. Parnell?
Oh, Detective Michaels.
Mr. Wright?
I hope you're here to tell us that you finally caught Joe Foster.
I'm afraid not. But we're getting close. We found out that Gus Perkins, until recently, worked at a place called Juan's Tex-Mex Diner.
Juan's Tex-Mex Diner? I've never heard of it.
It's like a dive.
Well, it's not exactly the sort of place we find in River Oaks. But according to the lady in charge there, Miss Jeannie Halpern, he quit his job as chef there not long ago.
Well, what for?
He claims that a rich uncle left him a large sum of money. Point is, not long after he quit, another guy comes along and applies for his job as chef there. And right after that, this fellow's girlfriend comes along and gets a job as a waitress.
What's all this got to do with Joe Foster?
Well, this waitress had a date with Gus Perkins on the night that he was killed. Now, she may be the last one to have seen him alive. See?
Oh, wait a minute. I thought you said that she was the girlfriend of the guy who was the cook.
She was. But according to Miss Halpern, the substitute cook has a striking resemblance to Mr. Joe Foster.
Well, hey, that's great. That means all you got to do is nab the girl, and then you can find that Joe Foster guy in no time flat, right?
Something like that.
Well, we sure appreciate you, we appreciate being updated on your search here for Mr. Foster, but if you don't mind me asking you, Mr. Detective here, I don't quite understand why you're telling all this to us.
Well, Joe Foster was in Mr. Parnell's employ there for a time, and I was just wondering if maybe Mr. Foster might have had a steady later friend that you knew about, Mr. Parnell.
Oh, well, wait a minute. You think that this guy at the diner might have actually been Joe Foster?
Was it my imagination that you called and asked me to take care of Alex Wheeler for you? Maybe. In any case, it's just your word against mine. Wrong, Parnell. I got a witness.
You mean your girlfriend?
Put that down.
Surprised at you, Joe.
Tell me, what's she like? None of your business what she's like.
Mr. Parnell?
What?
Was there a steady lady friend that Joe Foster had that you knew about?
I make it a point of staying out of my employees' personal lives.
But you said that Foster used to run errands for you.
To my knowledge, Joe Foster had no girlfriend. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have business to attend to.
How's your brother doing?
He's still unconscious. I have to get right back to the hospital, but I wanted to come see how you were doing.
I'm doing fine. Don't worry about me. Oh, what's wrong?
I'm afraid, Joe.
Afraid of what?
Afraid that I'm going to lose everyone that I care about. You and Max.
That's not going to happen. You're not going to lose me. You're not going to lose Max.
You know, when I was sitting by Max before in the hospital, I had this feeling come over me, coldness. It was like I knew that he was gonna die.
Stop thinking like that. He's not gonna die.
And then all I could think about was losing you, Joe.
Would you stop bringing up these demons, Elena? You gotta start thinking positive.
Joe.
Yeah?
Detective Michaels from the New York Police Department is here. He was at the coop this afternoon. And he's here on special assignment to help track you down.
Did you speak to him?
No, Billy Joe did. Billy Joe said that they know about Gus. And they know that that bag that Gus had on him when he was killed is the same bag that you took from Billy Joe's apartment.
Well, that doesn't matter. It doesn't help them at all knowing that. There's no way they can trace that bag to us.
Yeah, but what if Jeannie in that diner says something?
Well, what can she say?
They'd say this woman at work there named Helen Small went out with Gus the night he got killed.
What about you? What is she going to say about you?
Well, that there was a cook there who was sweet on Helen.
Joe, you're in danger. And you have got to leave Houston.
But you can't leave.
But that doesn't matter.
It matters to me. You need me, Elena.
Please, Joe.
Elena, all my life I've been walking out on people. I ain't gonna do it anymore. I'm not gonna walk out on you. I don't care how dangerous it is.
Vicky, did you have a nice time with Stryker?
Oh, it was fine. Thank you. Is, Rena in with Max?
Yes, Elena and Ricky were here earlier, but she thought maybe they'd like to be alone with Max, but she's been in the rest of the time.
Did you convince her to eat anything?
A piece of toast and a cup of tea was the best I could do. She was so cold earlier, Vicky, that she was shivering.
That's because she's completely exhausted. Isn't that right, Evan?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Max tonight?
Yes.
You still don't have much hope for him, do you?
I have less than I had this afternoon.
Don't tell Rena that.
Honey, it might be kinder to tell her the truth.
Vicky, part of her knows the truth. But the other part refuses to admit it, and I don't want to take away from that optimism. Rena is fighting for Max's life almost as much as he is.
I've had patients that I thought would never recover, and they did, and I've also had patients that were well on the road to recovery, and they didn't make it. Maybe we should try to prepare Rena for the possibility...
No! Don't make her go through that. Maybe Max will pull through.
All right, honey.
Well, we're doing everything we can. The next 24 hours will be crucial. All we can do is continue to pray and wait and see.
Honey?
I want to be a daddy.
I promise you, my darling, you will be a daddy.
I love you, Rena Decker.
And I love you, Max Decker.